Hi guys, have you ever wondered how I made this? And I made this just from using one zip, and can you see? And this is just like a storage purse for me for my tailoring, equipment. I store my reelers here, as you guys can see. If you're wondering how I made this, then continue watching. Hi guys, this is Dara Taylor. Welcome back to my channel and thank you for watching this video. So this is the green version of what I showed you guys, and this is for where I used to store my chalks that I have. As you guys can see, look at the chalks, the many chalks that I have, just storing them in a zip. Like, how amazing is that? And it's so cheap. I like leaving my things organized, and looking at this now, you can see how many chalks I do have in this green zip. I saw this video on TikTok, sorry, and I decided to just recreate this video. Well, for the making of this, remember I told you guys that all you need is just one zip, and this is how long it should be. It should just be like a gown zip. That is how long it should be. It should not be a short zip, right? If you use a short zip, it's not going to give you what you want. And then I opened this up. As you guys can see, I opened it up, and from the bottom part, which has the iron on it, I'm going to be measuring it and placing my tape on it. From that point I just pointed, I'm going to be placing my tape on it, and I measured out 4 inches, as you guys can see, and I'm going to be using my chalk to mark it out 4 inches, and your own should also be 4. It can either be 4 or 5 inches, but it should not be below or above that. That should just be the measurement that you're going to be working with, 4 or 5 inches. That is what you should do, 4 or 5 inches. That is okay. After using 4 or 5 inches, you're going to take one side of the zip. As you can see, the way I folded it, you are also going to fold it that way. You are going to fold it from that point that you marked your chalk with. You guys can see, you are going to fold it the way you marked your chalk with, and you are going to pin it there. The reason you are pinning it down is because that is where you are going to be sewing. So you are going to pin down that area that you folded, and you are also going to fold this again, and you are pinning it down again. So just watch the process that I'm pinning down. The place that I'm going to be pinning down are the areas that I'm going to be sewing. Remember, every zip has iron on the bottom, so we're not going to reach the iron part. We are going to go above the iron part, and that's where we are going to be sewing, because you cannot sew obviously with your needle on top of the iron part. And even when you are crossing over, you have to be careful so that you won't break your machine needle. So that's what I just did, and I'm going to be sewing those areas. And when you're sewing that area, do not sew closely, just sew at the mouth and sew at the edges, which is going to be better. So this is what is looking like after sewing it, guys. Can you see? After sewing it, this is what is looking like after sewing. I know it's black and you might not see it, sorry, but this is what is looking like. You should know. So the next thing is I'm going to bring it over. As you can see, it's nothing hectic, it's simple. I'm turning it over again, and I'm going to sew those areas again. I'm going to pin it down first, then I'm going to sew that area. As you will see now, I'll pin it down. I'm going to continue pinning down, and the area that I pin down are the areas that I'm going to be sewing. So please note the areas that I am going to pin down. If you have to save this video so that you can watch it again in case you are interested in recreating the same thing that I did, because like this is really good. You can have like 5 or 6 of this in your sewing shop or sewing studio or whatever, and like it will just be neat and something else. So you could just recreate this if you want. So please take note of the areas that I decided to pin down, because those are the areas I'm going to sew. And remember what I said that when you are sewing, you are not going to be sewing almost closely together. We are going to be sewing at the edge, but you have to sew the both sides together, right? So as you guys can see, look at where I'm pinning down. I'm pinning like all over to the area. That's what I'm doing. I'm pinning all over to the area. For the finishing part, you guys can see that we've already exhausted it. We've already folded it up to. The next thing we're going to do is to fold it like this, just to make it, give it a clean finishing. You guys can see the way I bent it, right? I'm going to bend it, sorry, and I'm going to pin it down also, so you guys can see. You saw how I bent it, right? And then you can see how I bent it. That's the most important thing. You bend it also the same thing like that. If you decide to use a zip that is longer, it's going to give you a bigger size of this, and it's your choice, but then it's going to also come out nicely. And the other part, you guys can see that there's still excess of the zip that remain. No, you are not going to cut it off. You are also going to bend it. No matter how long the zip is, we have to finish it, right? We have to sew all over the areas together. We're not wasting any zip here. So we're going to bend it and put it on top of that other part that we bent also. Please put it on top. Don't put it following it. Do not put it like that. Put it on top of it. It's better putting it on top of it. That's the only way this is going to form, right? When you place it on top, I placed it on top just as you can see, and then I pinned this down also. So I'm going to pin down the rest of it all, and after pinning down, I'm going to sew. So I hope you guys took note of the area that I pinned down before. You guys can see where I'm running my finger through is the area that I am going to take it to my machine to sew. This area I'm running my machine through. So this is what it's looking like. I already sewed it. I know it's black, and I apologize for using black, but then I already sewed it, and this is what it's looking like. I know you're not going to see the thread along it because it's black, just as I said, but this is already sewn. The next thing we are going to do is the finishing. So sorry, is the closing. So we're going to close it like this. Is all. There's nothing else. Like, you are done with this purse, zip purse, if I may say. This is all. So watch the way I'm just going to close this zip. All you just have to do is to insert whatever you want to put. You can even put little money inside this, like, and nobody is going to know, and put it inside your bag or whatever. If you are going for a trip or whatever, you are just going to put a sewing equipment, little like a needle and a thread or anything like that, and you're just going to put it here, and it's safe here. I normally store my stones here, my beading stones here, and it doesn't get missing. And whenever I put my chalk here, mind you guys, even if it falls, I don't know, it just has this foamy this thing. That's what a zip has. So even if it falls down, it does not break. So you guys can see my stone is here. Like, this normally contains like 5 packets of my stones, and you guys can see how beautiful it turned out. Like this, it actually turned out more beautiful than the green color, as you can see, but the black turned out more beautiful than the green color. We have other designs of zip. If you want to make your own look more beautiful or whatever, you can use this. But I really hope that this video was helpful to you, and if it was helpful, please share, like, and subscribe to my channel, and also turn on the notification bell so that when next I post a video, you are going to know. So thank you guys so much for watching this video.